My favorite player growing up was Magic Johnson because I remember watching CBS, and it was you and Byron and Magic and Kareem and Worthy playing against the Celtics. You know, obviously the big three and DJ and those guys with Tommy Heinsohn. I know he was your favorite. God rest his soul, who was so. I never understood when I watched CBS. Like, does Tommy Heinsohn CBS? He worked for the Celtics because his whole telecast was all about the Celtics. So as Magic and Bird go at it, boy, I was like sitting in front of my TV, and I was like, this is like it's like heaven to watch these two guys. And Magic was so good. He was so talented, and Magic was very very. He was so nice to me. Like he was so like he would teach me stuff during the games. Like I never had a player. The only player that did that was Isaiah Thomas that taught me during the game. He said, "Young fella, you saw what I did right there?" I'm like, he's really teaching me during the game. Like that's mentorship. That's past playing. That's being a true vet. He's like that now. If I see him around, he's like, "Young fella, you good? You need anything? You know, you need help with some information." To me, he's the ultimate. Like, if you want your journey as an NBA player, as far as playing, retiring, and then going to like outside of basketball, Magic Johnson's written a script. Like, why would you know? Like, he's so dynamic. Yeah, and you know, I love Magic. I was, you know, to see a 6'10" guy do that. And then I remember game 6 against the 76ers. He had a triple double playing center. You know, I mean, you were a part of that stuff. You know, like I remember you with your high socks and all that stuff, like and the string hanging out.
String out.
I'm a history buff. You see that, right?
Me too, yeah.
I see it. I'm a history buff. I watched basketball religiously when I was young. There's always you guys, the Lakers and the Celtics. And it's like, you know, Magic was that guy that kind of inspired me to be like, man, you know what? This is special. I want to be special like him. I want to pass like him. I want to like him. I want to make teammates love to play with me like him. You know, like that type of thing is what Magic Johnson's all about.
Well, you know what? And the other name that you mentioned, D. Sorry to cut you off. I asked you about Magic, but you can't say these players without saying the other one: Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. Yeah. Tell us about Larry Bird.
Best player. He's the best player I ever played with. And I know it was later in his career, but he was still that dude. He would talk mess all the time. I mean, he was nonstop. Like I said, I got a chance to see that firsthand. Like after watching it as a kid, and all of a sudden being able to be propelled in that environment to see me to guard Magic and me pass the ball to Larry, it was surreal. And Larry was, you know, you hear all the stories. You know, he's there 2 hours for the game and 2 hours. It's true. He would make me come in for him as a rookie and rebound and pass and shoot with him before game, rebound after the games because he wanted to be a better player. But you talk about a shit talker. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, it was nonstop. It was.
Give us one story, D.
Yeah, give us the best one. One we only heard. Yeah.
Oh gosh. I mean, I think you know the best one. You know, the one where I think the Laker one where I don't know if Rambers was guarding him. And he was mad that y'all put a white guy on him. He was.
I didn't hear that one.
I remember that one. A personal one.
How about Chuck Person, D? He talked trash through that whole freaking series.
The Indiana series was great because
talk about that series, D.
Well, the Indiana series was great because that's when Chuck and Reggie Miller was coming up. Yeah, like, okay, we're taking over. Now we're the new team in the East. And Larry, again, he was, going through the back issues and trying to be healthy and was playing at a high level. And, the rifleman, he had all the antics and things like that. And Larry was like, listen, I'm going to tell you this. I'm the baddest man to come out of Indiana. Like you just hold in place right now. And if I win this series, you got to mow my grass at the end of the series. Like, I'm like, okay, mow grass. Like, this is kind of bet we talking about now. He's like, you gonna come to my house and mow my grass and we win this series. And I think Chuck was like, yeah, man, we ain't losing this series. We won the series. So I don't know if he paid his dues and came and mowed the grass. But I mean, him and Chuck would go at it. It was unbelievable. He would terrorize guys in practices, like terrorize guys in practices. Like
Larry would,
yeah, like terrorize, like to the point, and to the point where like Larry, you got to sit out right now because this dude ain't gonna be the same tomorrow. He ain't gonna be the same. We need him for tomorrow, man. Like, always. he was always on 1,000. And that's what great competitors do. Like there's no when you're on the court, it's not like, okay, this is just practice, it's the games. This is competition. So you ain't gonna make no reputation off me. And
even when he was in pain, like he was obviously spending nights in traction and whatnot. Even then, like he was still trash talking.
Oh yeah, it didn't matter. He still thought he was the best player on the court.
You ever see anybody play through pain like that?
Not like that, because it got to a point where we would show up to the games, and our indication he was playing or not, if he was in his locker or not. If he was in the locker, he was playing. If he wasn't, we knew he was in traction somewhere. I remember when he hit his face and broke his.
Yeah, that was game 5, right?
He was tough. And again, you can't mention those. To me, they saved the NBA. Larry and Magic, they really did. And you ask for a better story. Showtime and blue collar. East Coast, West Coast. Black, white. However storyline you want to put on it. It was like, it was made. Those two from college when they played against each other when he was at Michigan State versus Indiana State. To see it kind of to go together, but to be able to play against my favorite player of all time in Magic Johnson, and then be able to play with the best player that was in that same era of growing the NBA